This video is not going to be too long. I just mainly want to just rant out a little bit because I don't get what the gaming industry is doing as of recently. It kind of feels weird. Like I genuinely don't understand it. And it's this whole like new recent trend where they do a remake of a game, but it's a different number. It ain't the first one. It's like oh, this is the second game. That's going to be remade. The 15th. Yeah, yeah, number 15. We'll remake that one. It's just weird. I honestly don't get why this is a thing. And I feel like that Resident Evil is partially to be blamed for this, but at the same time, I can't really blame them because, you know, it just doesn't make any sense to. Like, the whole thing about it is Resident Evil 2 being remade actually has some logical sense. They already did a remake of the first game. So, how can you remake the first game again? That's two remakes of the first game. That doesn't work like that. Resident Evil 7 was more of like to, see if people were still interested in Resident Evil and showing that, like, hey, listen, we know horror. We are going to bring you that type of horror. So here you go. And yeah, it pretty much was a pretty good success, and Resident Evil 2 got a lot more people hyped up. So while they're doing remakes of their older games, it's not that they're just picking, a random number because, oh, we gotta do it. It's like they're remaking the games to be more fitting for the modern day, where tank controls aren't really more common than third person shooters and all that. Like that's the whole thing. And I know I made a video talking about why Dead Rising 4 should be remade and not Dead Rising 1. It's kind of weird, I will admit, kind of looking back, it would be kind of weird to remake the fourth one, but at the same time, it kind of feels like that the series, that franchise as a whole, just it felt like three could have been the final one, but they somehow were like, nah, leave it with a cliffhanger. We'll figure it out later in the DLCs. We didn't. Oh well, okay. Let's just work on the new game. It's just I don't get it. You know, it's just I find it so off-putting because it's just they have a reason for why they're remaking like the sequels, and it's so weird. Konami is the biggest case, but the one that really brought my piss, blood, and brain cells to a boil is one that I think some of you guys might have heard about, and it kind of just like rubbed me off the wrong way. So with Konami though, it's very weird. Silent Hill 2, which I know is going to be bad, it's not going to be really good. And if it is going to be good, it's because we got the original creator of the monsters and the composer basically being brought back into this because they're the only ones that's going to save that game. It is not Bloober Team. They are not going to make this game like revolutionary. It is going to be garbage, hot garbage. Um, yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. I know I'm being mean, but like, come on. Also, I think my phone's ringing. Yeah, I think I'm about to be murdered by Bloober Team. I think they just yep, up. They sent assassins after me. And they're popping into my Discord. Yep. This video is gonna be my last. Sorry guys. But for real though, the whole thing with Silent Hill 2 just it's kind of weird, but then also makes sense because sadly, the only reason why they're doing this is to do some tie-in movie. Yeah, there's going to be a second movie that's going to be based off of like the Silent Hill movie verse. Well, second movie, I mean the third, but apparently it's going to be Silent Hill 2 and it's going to be connected with the movie universe. It's just weird. It's just very weird. um, see, yeah, that's the sad reason for it. They don't care about the game at all. They're just doing it because of a tie-in movie. And there's also like other Silent Hill games that they are making to try to, I think even they know Bloober Team sucks, so Konami is just like making other Silent Hill games like Silent Hill, what was it called? Silent Hill F? I heard a lot of people were praising that more than the remake. Oh, that's bad. And then the one that I'm kind of iffy about, Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater. I I don't know about that one. I think that one's a little bit too weird for me because I still don't know who the developers are. I don't really know much about what's going to be added other than like apparently it's just going to be a copy and paste. so literally a waste of money. And then they're tying it in with like this HD Master Collection, which is going to include like all of the Metal Gear Solid games, supposedly even like the fourth one, which is going to be really weird. But yeah, it's like with Konami, there's at least some sense for why they're doing this. But then we get to the ones that are just there because for some reason, I don't know why. Well, I do know why, but it still doesn't make sense regardless. See, Konami's doing sequels of games because, those sequels are really popular. Those games are really hitting the market. However, Ubisoft, on the other hand, I don't know what they're doing. They're kind of just they're kind of scaring me. So you might have heard the news. Skulls and Bones, it's not doing so hot. The game's not even released yet, and I saw barely, not even a single positive representation of that game. There is nothing. And the technical beta that they're doing, yeah, that's not going to be good either. I'm not going to, get into that technical beta. I'm not really going to pre-order the game. I'm not going to do anything because look, all it is just a poor man's version of sea of Thieves. Like Sea of Thieves launched with a boring game, but like it started to grow into a cult following. Skulls and Bones has no following. There was nothing. It was hyped up for 1 minute, and then the next, everyone was just like, it's bad. So why am I talking about this? Well, apparently, Assassin's Creed Black Flag is going to be a thing. Now, if you know the whole story about Black Flag, originally Skulls and Bones was Black Flag DLC, but then they, decided, now, let's just put that aside and make it as our own game. And Skulls and Bones went through development hell to the point that they had to get funding from the Singapore government. So basically, by law, they have to release Skulls and Bones. Otherwise, they can get into a serious lawsuit. And furthermore, they pretty much would just be sued and lose millions of dollars. Not even millions, hundreds of millions of dollars. Not even hundreds, possibly even the millions. It's going to be bad for them. So why are they doing the Black Flag remake? Well, it's obviously simple. It's not because they, done a remake of their past games before. Those are remasters. But no, the reason for this remake, and even though they never said it, it is just from how they are doing it, it is solely because they are trying to make money because they know Skulls and Bones is a failure. Like they have so little faith in Skulls and Bones. The the Black Flag remake is happening because they just want to make sure, hey, I want to earn our money back. Assassin's Creed Valhalla made $1 billion, so it's like, what's the what's the point? Like, trying to spare yourself from like praying that, like, listen, Skulls and Bones, it might have a chance. No, it doesn't have a chance at all. It just has like barely anything. So yeah. In conclusion, I just feel like this whole trend needs to not be a thing. Like if you're gonna start a game from scratch, just start from scratch. That's just all I'm asking. Like do it because you are passionate about it. That's the whole thing. I get that remakes are essentially cash grabs, but like bruh, Dead Space was really good. The Dead Space remake just blew me away with how EA Motive, a team that was literally created to do Star Wars content, well, nah, they just made the greatest remake of all time. And it's actually sad because the Callisto Protocol, I thought was going to be the game that, like, oh, yes, there it is. This is the Dead Space guy's revenge. But nope, not even that. Basically, what ended up happening was just pure garbage, and that's a shame because I thought Callisto Protocol was gonna be really good, but nope. Turns out the Dead Space remake was a lot more better, with a lot more focus, a lot more, better equipment. Pretty much, just overall, it was a fun game, and yeah, that's about it. I'll see you later. Uh, I don't know what I'm gonna actually do for the next video, by the way. I just want to point that out because honestly, I might do a gaming video. Maybe no more just rant videos or anything like that, or just talking about like random stuff. It's like I'll probably do a gaming video. Probably do it with some friends of mine. I might do Amnesia the Bunker. Like I already played that game before, but I would love to like replay it again just for like the fun sake of it. So yeah. Have a good night, everybody.
Ubisoft, more like shit. Got him.